Say hello. Say hello. Hi guys, so today I am coming to you to talk about breastfeeding basics. I had a really positive experience with breastfeeding right off the bat. I did my research, I went on Pinterest, I did all of the YouTube vlogs, I read a book. You know, I made sure that I knew everything about breastfeeding. But you know what, guys, when it came down to it, on delivery day, when I was introduced to my new baby, all of that stuff that I learned just went out of the window, because breastfeeding was actually, for me, super duper 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 easy. So I am here to tell you how to have a positive, easy breastfeeding experience, just to give you the basics, because really all you need is the basics to get off the ground, and then from there, baby will know what to do. So the first thing that I needed when I had my baby in order to successfully breastfeed was to learn how to manually express. So when you manually express, what that is that you or your nurse or lactation specialist will actually grab a hold of the boob and will squeeze it like the jaws of life, and oh my God, it hurts. But what they are doing is they are forcing the colosseum to come out, which is the liquid that you get before your milk comes in, so that your baby has incentive to continue latching and to continue trying to feed. The feeding technique, the sucking, isn't actually giving them a whole lot of milk or anything at that time, but what it's doing is it's letting the body know that the baby needs milk, and the more sucking the baby does, leaving it on the boob, the better. So I definitely did that. The next thing that I needed was some cream to go around the nipple. I got a lot of different types of cream at my baby shower, but honestly what worked for me is this cream here. It's called Parent Choice. This is all I used, guys. So this is almost empty, and I got a lot of different types of nipple cream, but you know what, guys, this is the only bottle of nipple cream I needed. That's right, you do not need 3 bottles of nipple cream. You're not going to use that much. I've been breastfeeding for 4 months, and this is not empty yet, and it's been holding me over since the day he was born. So you aren't going to need it for the entire time that you're breastfeeding, but those first, I'd say, month or so, it really helps with the pain to put the nipple cream on, and the chafing and the dryness. It definitely helps with that. After that time, you can keep it around the house and use it to moisturize your baby's lips or face or any dry areas. It works just as well as Vaseline. The next thing I needed, which the baby is actually sitting on right now, is a breastfeeding pillow. So this is the one that I use, and I will actually show a cutout of it. I only bought one at first, but then when I realized how amazing the Boppy lounger, or I'm sorry, the Boppy breastfeeding pillow was, I actually went out and I got a second one to keep in the car, just to make sure that he always had a breastfeeding pillow available when I needed to breastfeed. So the first month or two, your baby's actually going to be too small for you to just hold in your arm and breastfeed. So this definitely helped, and I kept it right next to my bed so that it was really convenient during nighttime feeding to just grab and put in place and set the baby down on. The next thing that I needed was to learn how to massage the place where the milk is coming out of your breast. Now, I know that sounds a little bit complicated, but what I learned in the hospital when I was being taught about breastfeeding is that a lot of people, especially in Europe and places in Africa, they massage this pectoral muscle here in order to help the milk come down and be let down. So basically the 2 techniques that I used right after delivery was massage, really intensely massaging both pectoral muscles, and manually expressing, even though it kind of hurt at the beginning, to make sure that the colosseum came out and my baby was getting as much colosseum as he could possibly get. Sorry, he's a little bit fussy right now. Those are the only things that I did, besides using my nipple cream and using my breastfeeding pillow to make sure he was in the right position. I have not, to this day, and I have been breastfeeding for 4 months, I have not to this day used anything else to help me breastfeed. The only other thing I would probably mention is that if you're having trouble getting your baby to latch, definitely pinch the nipple so that the nipple is sort of a flatter, like pancake kind of shape, and that will help the baby be able to put it in their mouth, you know, those first couple of weeks when they're a newborn. After that, you know, the baby knows what to do. They kind of got the routine. I just wanted you guys to just hear about my positive breastfeeding journey, because honestly, this was one of the best things that came out of my labor and delivery. If you guys have seen my labor and delivery story, it was actually not so positive, but it's great for a learning experience so that you know what's possible and what can happen during labor and delivery. So I definitely recommend you guys go over there and watch that video just to prepare yourselves for that. But I was actually sick the first 3 weeks with like a blood infection that gave me flu-like symptoms, and then I had an IV like in my arm the first 2 weeks while I was learning how to breastfeed. So it was actually really hard to hold him in this arm, but you know what, I soldiered on. As soon as my baby came out, he actually already knew how to breastfeed. Like as soon as they gave him to me, he latched onto the boob immediately and started sucking for his life to make sure that there was, you know, something for him to eat. But guys, don't worry about there being something to eat the first day or two. They actually have enough nutrients the first day or two for them to hold on even without breast milk. So do not worry about something happening to your baby the first 2 or 3 days. You know, if your colosseum isn't super high or your milk hasn't come in yet, it is totally okay. They will be totally okay. You know, that was the reason why my mother could not breastfeed me, and she was given the wrong information. And so this is really, really important. I feel that everyone now know the right information and be able to breastfeed if they choose, because this is something that my mother wished she was able to do but was not able to do. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like this kind of video. I don't mind doing more breastfeeding videos. I actually love talking about it. It is one of the most exciting aspects of motherhood that I discovered as a new mom. Thank you so much, and you have a great day. He's like, I'm tired. I ain't in the mood for this. Is my diaper wet? Can you give me some more milk, please? By the way, if you love Saïd's new threads, definitely head over to my video on my baby boy clothing haul, as this is in there and I tell you exactly where to get it and how to find it.